What's going on, world? It's your main man, Kareem A. Rashid, the voice and your host of Clearing the Wreckage. Yes, we got another great episode in store for you today. Once again, I don't know what you got going on if you're driving to work. All I ask is that you please pay attention to the road. And you could be on a quick lunch break trying to get a quick sneak peek into this episode. Please clock back into work on time. And you could be doing something that is very important to me, at least. And that is on the toilet. Just make sure you flush. Yes! What's going on? Huh? What's going on? We are here again to another episode of Clearing the Wreckage. Thank you so much for being on the journey with me. You have been invited. You accepted my invitation. For that, I am extremely grateful, and I remain in gratitude. With that being said, what are we going to talk about, Kareem? Well, you already know. We go talk about clearing the wreckage. Yes, indeed, we are. So this episode is going to be about my happy place. And in the last episode, if you're with me, I did say something about my happy place. And so I want to go ahead and let's discuss that. But first, I have a couple of questions for you. Do you have a place that you can go in order to be renewed for your mind, your soul, to be renewed? Do you have a place that you can go in order to receive restoration so that your soul can be restored, so that your mind can be restored? Do you have a place that you can go to receive some type of solace, a little bit of peace? And or are you able to sit still in quietness? Are you? I ask these questions because I want to know you. Yes, this is my podcast. This is my show. But you're listening. I want to get to know you as well. And I want to just have a conversation with you. You know, we're just hanging out. We're drinking coffee together. We're at our favorite, cafe, getting coffee. Your favorite drink that you want to drink. And I got my favorite one. And we're just hanging out. And we're having a good time. And we're having conversation. That's what this is about every single week. It's just conversation. So I'm sitting here, I'm just asking because I want to know you. Do you have a place that you can go in order to be renewed, to receive restoration, to receive peace? Are you able to sit still in quietness? Are you able to sit still in quietness? Let's talk about that right now. This episode is going to be about going to a happy place, my happy place. I'm going to share about my happy place, of course, with you in this episode. But why do we need a happy place? But let's get back to the sitting still in quietness. I just want to talk about that part of my journey. Man, at that time in my life, if you're with me here, you know that I'm telling a story. So I've taken you back to in between the time of 2013 and 2015. And in that time, I did not know what it meant to sit still. Thank God I was going to therapy by that time, and I was learning these things from my therapist, and she was teaching me how to clear the wreckage. There's so much wreckage going on inside of your brain, Kareem, inside of your head. You have something called automatic thoughts, and they just go, and you have to learn how to sit still You have anxiety. So when you start to get anxious, you want to move because you're like, why would I sit still? If I'm afraid that something has happened to someone, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to search for that person. I can't sit still. What? You want me to sit still? What is that? So it was a very foreign concept to me. And for me to be able to learn how to do that was me clearing the wreckage, folks. Learning that, man, I can sit still. I'm feeling anxious, but I don't need to do anything about this. How do you do that? How do you do that, Kareem? How? Well, as I learned through going through therapy, I was taught to learn to sit in my feelings and they will pass. Now, that is so hard. And I could sit here and, I could tell you that, and you could be like, well, Kareem, that's easier said than done. I can't just sit in anxiety when my heart is racing. I want to get up and pace back and forth. I'm sweating. I'm having an anxiety attack. How can I just sit in a anxiety attack? How is that even possible? Well, breathing was one of the techniques that I was taught, by the way. Just so you know, that helps you to be able to sit a little bit longer than normally if you take a deep breath and then exhale. There's something about breathing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it connects me to my soul. Maybe it connects me to my higher self, higher power. I don't know. But I tell you what, when I learned to do that, I was able to sit still a little bit longer, maybe for another minute, maybe for another 2 minutes, depending on how many breaths I took in. And then the anxiety went away. I said, what? Boy, this is a miracle. What the heck? And then I was like, I like this. Once I started doing it over and over, I was like, this is fine. No noise. There were times where I would come home from work and I will not turn on. Remember, I was staying by myself. I just got my place. And I would not turn on anything. No TV. I'll put my phone up. And I would just sit there and breathe in and breathe out and let the anxieties and the stress and everything else that came from work go away into the wind. And I was just like, what? This is so foreign to me. I normally would get off from work. This is in the past, before I was sober and clean, of course. And I would go to the liquor store. Ain't nobody finna sit here. I get off from work, I walk straight to the liquor store. That's where I'm going. And before I get home, I will crack it open and I will start drinking. Yes. That was my piece. That was me sitting still in quietness, not really, in my thoughts. Mad at the world. Yeah. That was me in my past life. So as I was being sober, I was learning these replacement behaviors, I should call it. So me finding a happy place was a replacement behavior of me going to my normal happy place, which was going to the liquor store and getting a drink and swallowing it. That was my happy place. That made me happy. Yes, it did. It made me extremely happy. That's what I used to do all the time. To receive what I thought was peace, restoration, renewal. That's what I thought I was receiving from alcohol. It's what I thought I was receiving from drugs. It's what I thought I was receiving from sex. That's the lifestyle I lived. And I'm not capping to you, and to those who are older who are listening, the word cap means I'm not lying to you. So when I say those things to you, it's not a lie. That was my solution for every single thing. I did not know any other way. So here I am in 2012. I get sober. I leave the woods. I go to my mom's house. And then I finally get a place. I get a job. I get a place. I get a car. What to do now? Because I stay by myself. My therapist taught me, you need to find replacement behaviors. Man, I'm so grateful for my therapist. Y'all, I'm going to keep shouting out. One way to clear the wreckage is therapy. So I found a happy place, which my home was definitely a happy place. I remember writing in my journal when I first got the place. And when I first came home to it from work one day, I was like, man, look at this. I said, I'm in my own place. I now have my own. It's been a lifetime of struggling, a lifetime of suffering, a lifetime of destruction, havoc, desolation, wreckage. And now, look at what I have been given. Because I decided to clear the wreckage. What a reward. So it was great to be able to go home and just no noise. I just want to sit in quietness for a little bit. I was around people all day. I just need some peace. I need to be renewed. I need some restoration. For some of you, your happy place could be the shower. Your happy place could be the bath. I don't know. I mean, you can get off from work and you could be like, let me go to my happy place, take a shower. And you could probably take a shower and you could just let the water hit you for minutes before you even start cleaning yourself. And and that idea of the water hitting you and the steam coming up off of your body is, figuratively speaking, a way of the stress and the anxiety lifting up in the air, going away from you. That could be your happy place. It doesn't matter where your happy place is, as long as it involves a sound mind. Your happy place, and I'll get to that later because I know some of you are probably like, I got a happy place. Yeah, man, roll up, light up a joint. That's my happy place. I'm not talking about that. Because after you smoke, your problems and your wreckage will still be there. Trust me. And I ain't saying nothing that I haven't been through. So I'm not judging you. I'm talking about from my experience. Okay? So I found this happy place. I had a car and I was like, man, I got to find a place to go besides just my home when I get off from work. I mean, that was nice and all, but I need to find another place. So I found the ocean. Now, let me just share a little backstory with you. So I was born in South Florida, and growing up, I used to go to the beach all the time. You know, I remember moments as a young kid going to the beach. I remember moments as a young boy hopping on the handlebars of the bicycle that my brother was riding and I'm on the handlebars, and we are going to the beach with my cousin, and we're there all day. Yes. So I naturally already had an inclination of knowing where I could receive restoration from, knowing where I could be renewed, knowing where I could receive this peace, because I've always valued the ocean. I always had a healthy fear of the ocean. When I was younger, I was scared of the ocean. I was scared of it. And my dad helped me to get over that fear. I'm not going to tell you how I got over it. Just know that he helped me get over that fear. And once I got over it, I loved it. The ocean is the greatest place on earth. Wow. And so I found the ocean. And that is where I traveled to get restoration, to be renewed, and to receive peace. Now, when I say the ocean, I don't just mean the ocean. I mean also the sand, the coast, or the shore. It doesn't necessarily mean just the ocean. It could be somewhere close, and I can see the ocean far away. As long as there is water, I am happy. And I found that out about myself, because then I started finding other little spots to be my happy place. The park, where there was water. I'm telling you, as long as there is water, I mean, I don't know what it is about me and water, but there is something about it that helps my soul feel at peace, renewed, and restored. There's just something about it. It's something mystical. It's something magical. It's something majestic, I should say. As I'm looking at this body of water, particularly the ocean, and I'm sitting there and I'm just looking out and I'm seeing there is no end to this. I can't see where this thing ends. As far as my eyes can see, I cannot see where this thing ends. So it becomes my happy place because I am filled with joy. I'm filled with awe. I'm stuck in amazement. I look at the waves crashing and I'm like, what is going on? And to think there's millions of creatures that are in that water. Surviving, living. What? If that doesn't make you happy, I don't know what can make you. That made me happy, ecstatic, grateful, at peace, hearing the sound of the oceans, of the waves crashing, hearing the sound of the ocean, hearing the birds, the seagulls flying, seeing them come to the shore, seeing little crabs walking on the shore, seeing all these different shells on the shore. Oh my goodness. Definitely a happy place to go. With that being said, I would go there often. I would go as often as I could. I had a car. I was like, man, I'm finna drive to the ocean. And I went as often as I could. There were times where I would go there when I got off from work at night. And I would drive all the way to the coast and just sit there and listen and hear the waves and hear just the sound of the ocean. Some of you may even use like sound waves or the sound of the ocean to fall asleep. So you understand what I mean when I say the sound of the ocean is beautiful. So that was one of my happy places. But like I said, I had several places. And for me, as long as there was water, so it could have been fresh water. It didn't have to be salt water. It didn't have to be the ocean. And I would go there. I remember going to this park. There's this park where I stay at in the city that I live in. Oh my gosh. I discovered this park. I felt like I was discovering the park, you know. When I go to these places, I feel like I discovered it, you know. I mean, oh, this is my spot, you know. Somebody else, you know, I mean, it's been there ages and ages before I was, you know. But I think, this is my spot. Look at what I found. But whatever makes you happy, Kareem, it does. It makes me happy. I mean, I'm full of joy just talking about it. So anyway, I found this place. Oh my gosh, this park is so amazing. I haven't been there in so long. I need to go back again now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, I need to go and spend some time there. But this body of water is massive. And there's fish fingers. There's like 6 fish fingers that you can go out on. And you can go out onto the water from those little islands. And you can just sit there and just look at the water, look at the sky, look at the beauty, see the birds flying, hear them chirping, see them diving down into the water to get food. Oh, see the alligator come up to the fish finger and just walk on it, and you're like, oh, gotta go. That's happened before. But I was happy to see that. Wow, look at this. So my happy place consists of a place with water, the ocean, another place with water, and nature. Those are my happy places. I can go out to nature somewhere and I can be happy. Now, not as much. Nature, not as much like the woods and stuff, not as much as the ocean. That is my happy place. There's just something about that ocean. And I think for me, honestly, during that time, it brought me back to a sense of humility. You know, I remember writing in my journal, like taking my journal with me and sitting there and writing in my journal during those times how small I am compared to this freaking ocean. How dare I doubt that there is a presence greater than me? How dare I? I know that I ain't make that. Anyway, that's a whole nother episode that we will get into eventually. We will talk about a relationship with a higher power that I was able to find later on in life. But right now we're in this setting at this time. So let's stay here. Let's stay here, Kareem. But I want to reiterate to you how important it is if you're about clearing the wreckage in your head, in your mind, inside, because that's where the wreckage is. It's inside. If you're about, clearing it. I mean, I had an ego the size of Russia. And I go and I sit to the ocean and I'm like, what? I'm humbled. I'm humbled by this. How dare I think I'm better than this person? How dare I judge this person? Look at what I see in front of me that is humongous, powerful. The ocean is powerful. Those waves will knock you down. Don't get it twisted for a second. Think that you are Mr. Powerful or Mrs. Powerful and you walking into the, oh, I got these waves. Man, those waves will crash and knock your behind down. That's how powerful the ocean is. Not to mention the powerful beings and creatures that are in the ocean, like sharks. That will bite your leg off if you want to play games if you want to. So for me, it brought about not only a sense of renewal and restoration and peace, it brought about a sense of humility. Brought me back to my regular, normal size. I'm mad at Andrew at work because he did this, did that. I go to this happy place and I can't be mad anymore. The wreckage is gone. I'm just like, I have no reason to be mad, man. Everything's great. Look at this. Dump my madness into that ocean because it is big enough to carry it. It is big enough to carry it. And that is the way that it helped me. It helped clear the wreckage because it helped me think in that way while I'm sitting there. All my anxieties, all my stress, all my madness, all of this anger, all of this judgment can just be thrown into this big old ocean and washed away. And then I become washed, renewed, restored, and peaceful. And I have an inner peace. And I leave there happy. Happy. That's about all I got for you today. Very short episode. Just wanted to share with you my happy place. And I'm hoping that through this episode that I've shared with you, you will find a happy place. If you don't have it, you will find a place to go and be renewed. You will find a place to go receive restoration. You will find a place to go receive some peace. Because in order for you to clear the wreckage, you need to be renewed. You can't walk around with the same baggage and wreckage and havoc and destruction in your life. And I knew that about myself. I said, man, I can't go to work like this. I'm angry as hell. I'm angry at everybody. These people are pissing me off. Hey, Andrew got 15 smoke breaks. I can't get no break. Man, God, dog, man. Why y'all treat me like this at work? I'm working 100%. 110, 150%. I'm doing everybody else's freaking job. And these people get off scot-free, man. Come on, man. Man, fire them. Promote me like what's going on? I don't get no acknowledgement. Nobody sees me. Nobody notices the work that I do around here. Whew. I needed peace. I needed peace, and I needed that replacement behavior because if that wreckage stayed in me, I would have went right back to drinking and using drugs because that was where I got my peace. So remember I shared that with you? That is how I felt renewed. I felt like I was being restored by drinking. Now I know if you're not like me, none of this probably makes sense, but I'm sharing it with you so you can understand a little bit. As I said earlier in the episode, that was my happy place. It made me happy to drink. I felt that I was clearing the wreckage and the destruction and havoc when I was drinking and using drink. That's how I felt. It's such an illusion. So delusional, but that is how I felt. All right, man, I'm finna clear this wreckage. Go get something to drink. That was my solution. I thought I was evolving. I thought I was growing. I thought I was connecting even more to my higher power. That I was connecting even more to God by being high. Man, get the heck out of here with that, man. It's such an illusion. It is such an illusion, such a mirage. I didn't know that, though, until I got sober. Until I was of sober mind and I used that replacement behavior, I said, wow, this is actually real. This is real peace right here. This is real renewal. This is how restoration feels. My soul feels fulfilled. I feel great. I feel like I can go and move mountains. I can go and I can serve without a judgmental heart. I can go and I can work and I can be happy now. And now I'm just grateful for the fact that I have a job, that these people hired me to work for their company when I should have never probably even received a job due to what was on my record at that time. Such grace that was extended to me. Why am I complaining? I have nothing but absolute gratitude now. That is how I left those places. When I went to sit in my happy place, that is how I left. By the time I left there, the wreckage was cleared. All that anger, all those complaints, all that ego feeling better than such and such, all that feeling unnoticed, it was gone. It was gone. So with that being said, find you a happy place. Please. Find you a happy place. And that is just my challenge to you as I leave you. Find a happy place that you can go. Also, another challenge for you is to try your best to sit still in quietness. I know it's so hard, especially today. So hard. I mean, we get off from work, we're just like, oh, TV, or, oh, let me check my phone. I mean, we're even at work checking our phones. And we're supposed to be at work, bro. We're not even supposed to be looking at our phone. We should just be working, but we do it. Oh, who watched my video? Oh, who liked it? Who did not? Listen. I'm with you. I'm not passing judgment. I'm sharing with you the thoughts that go through my head as well. We're in this together. Just remember that. However, I know that you can. I know that you can because I was able to. I was able to back then to go home and be like, you know what? I'm just going to sit in quietness. Man, screw the TV. I'm throwing my phone away from me. Like, I don't need to look at that. And I'm just going to sit here for a couple of minutes. So just try that. That's my challenge for you. Try that. When you get home, and if you stay with people, if you're married, if it whatever, find a place within your house. The bathroom, the closet, I don't know. And just sit there in quietness. Try it for 30 seconds. And do that for a little bit. And then do that every day for 30 seconds. And then move up to a minute. And then move up to 2 minutes. Then 3 minutes. And so forth and so on. Challenge yourself to clear the wreckage. But I challenge you to do that. I was able to do it now. Man, if I share with you now how it is, I've evolved so much. I've cleared so much wreckage in my life that sitting still and quietness is nothing. I hate my phone. I've gotten to the point where I prefer quietness over noise. You know, like, in all honesty, that's how much wreckage I've cleared in my life. It's like, dude, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. So that is my challenge for you today. Find a happy place and then try to sit still. Not try, do it. Sit still in quietness for just 30 seconds and then build yourself up. A minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so forth and so on. Okay? You need to be renewed. You need to receive restoration. And you need to receive some type of peace, especially in this world today, and especially just because of the wreckage that is going on in your head, in my head, that's inside. You need to be renewed and restored from that so that you can give and be of service to the people that are around you. Because when we're clearing the wreckage, what you will find out even more in this is that I was learning as I was clearing the wreckage that life isn't about me. All I did was use drugs and drink and sex, drugs, rock and roll, and I did whatever Kareem wanted to do. Then I started realizing, once I started working at this place and once I got sober and I got a job and I started doing it, I started realizing, man, this life ain't about me. Dude, I am not here for me. Yes, I'm here to love myself. I'm here to do, but I am not here for me. I am here to serve others and to help others. Remember that episode last week? But you got to have a happy place probably in order to find that out. So go find your happy place. And as I leave you, always take some time to look inside so that the wreckage can begin to clear. Love you. See you next time. Peace.